And welcome to the SGBA Week 23 matchup against the Maryland Terps and the Kentucky Wildcats. And we got a good one tonight. In Maryland, Stevens Brown has been having an outstanding last 5 games, shooting 58% from the field, 82% efficiency, and that's big numbers up from what his season average is. So let's see if he can put it in today for the Terps. And they're going to need it. The Terps line up with Baku Guppy again, Edwards, Brown, Tavares, and Steele. And the Wildcats match up with Knight, Wood, Kazooie, Orleans, and more. And let's see if the Terps can take advantage of the matchup between Baku Guppy and that backcourt. The Wildcats win the tip up in the front court. Works the ball around the paint, drives towards the rim, and up for 2 to start the game. Devontae Moore. And that was pretty easy as he starts the game with that layup. And let's see if Maryland can match their tempo. Coming off the screen, Gucky in the corner, he pulls the trigger for 3 off the board. And Kentucky pushes it up the court. Kentucky moving from right to left, drops the ball to the big man at the top of the foul line and back up court. The Kentucky Wildcats at home today, looking to get off to a fast start, but with that one coming off the iron, the Maryland Terps are on the run. Baku Guppy into the lane with a nice dish and the finish by Tavares. And the Maryland Terps have been a good team with sharing the ball this year, as we did a couple of their games earlier this year. They can pass the rock, and they know how to share, and they know how to finish. Kentucky at the top of the key, working the ball around, trying to get the big man in the paint going, and up for 2. Knight up for 2 and gets Kentucky going, and they hold a 4-2 lead early in the first quarter. And hopefully they can get that big man Knight going, because Kentucky's going to need to dominate the paint. Baku Guppy moves it around, pushes it out towards the perimeter, and they keep swinging in Maryland as the shot clock goes down. Baku Guppy pulls the trigger for 3, and once again he's off. And Kentucky moving the ball with some tempo up to the big man, driving the lane, and the dunk. And just a good defensive set that turned into great offense for the Kentucky Wildcats, as the point guard pushing the ball up the floor, kept his eyes up, looking up, and was able to find the big man for the flush. And the Maryland Terps, they keep firing from 3, but they haven't found their mark yet in this early first going, and they're leading to a lot of opportunities for the Kentucky Wildcats. Kentucky swings it in the corner and off the front of the iron. And neither team has been able to connect from 3 today, but it's still early in the game. And in this SGBA league, if you leave them open, they know how to knock it down. So I'm pretty sure the 3 ball is going to start working soon here. The Terps with the shot clock rolling down. Baku Guppy pulls up again from 3 off the back of the iron. Kentucky pushing the ball up the floor, trying to penetrate that paint, but with the wide open player on the outside, he pushes it out. So Kentucky will reset. 6-2, Wildcats at home, and finally somebody finds the bottom of the rim from 3. Orleans pulls up from 3, and you know what they do in this league: bang, bang, bang. The Wildcats rock a 9-2 lead early in the first half. The Terps was able to find their first basket easy, but they haven't been able to get on the board yet. Some good opportunities, but been finding it from deep and haven't been able to hit it. Off the screen, pulls up, and once again they're off. And it seems like a lid's on the basket at the early going for the Terps, but the Wildcats are trying to take advantage of that. Been moving the ball around the paint, and that alley-oop was a little bit too high. Well, since the All-Star game, the Kentucky Wildcats Kazooie has been putting it in for the small forwards, 81.8% efficiency. And with that being said, the Kentucky Wildcats have stopped the game. They're looking to get that big man Knight started. I know he had that one big flush on the fast break, and let's see if he can get something else going. Terps in the front court, 9-2 Wildcats. 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Back to Guppy with a charge towards the rim to the big man, rejected. And Kentucky protecting his paint. And the shot clock is running down on Maryland. He lets it go from deep and it's off. And Kentucky's on the run. Moving the ball up the floor. Big man in the paint. Ball up, ball good. And Kentucky has really opened this game up. 11-2 early in the going, and Maryland really needs some offense. Baku Guppy scaring down the defense, trying to make a decision, coming off the screen, pushing towards the rim, and he gets a nice layup.
Number 55.
And he's a tough guard in this league too. So if you're going to give him a little bit of the lane, he's going to take advantage of it, and he did that right there for sure. Wildcats up 11-4. Looking for another opportunity. Big man in the paint. Power step up and up for two. And if Maryland doesn't find an answer for protecting the paint, Kentucky's going to continue to pound and pound and pound with that two big man. And back of Guppy off the back screen, and that was a great find for two. And Maryland really needed those points. And if he's going to get going, this is the time to get him going. Back of Guppy with a quick 4 points in this first quarter and got Maryland trying to get back in the game. 13-6, Kentucky up. Maryland moving the ball from right to left, from left to right, and back to Guppy finds Tavares driving towards the rim for the dunk. And Maryland has really put together a string of 6 points, and it looks like they're charging at this lead. Kentucky on the front court, looking for a basket, open from three. And you know what happens when you leave them open in this league from three? Bang, bang, bang. And let's see if the Terps can match that energy. Back to Guppy coming off the screen. He charges towards the rim, and he picks up the offensive foul. Great way to make position on defense. As we look back at that block earlier in the first half, Kentucky has really put together a string of good defensive plays, and they got Maryland reeling backwards. 16-8 here at Rupp Arena in Kentucky. Wildcats are in control early in the first. About 2.5 left in the first quarter, and the Wildcats is looking around. Bad pass on the alley-oop. He was wide open. Leave the Maryland on the break. Back to Guppy. Finds his guy heading towards the rim, and what a dunk. Did you see the elevation on that? What a play by the Terps. And they needed a play like that to silence the crowd because Kentucky is really in control, but Maryland's trying to hang on. 16-10 early in the first. Kentucky is really in control of the game, and Maryland is trying to fight their way back in. Moving the ball from left to right. The Terps with a wide open look, but he's off in front of the rim. Leads to Kentucky moving the ball up the floor, trying to get into some kind of offense in the paint, but they haven't been able to get that opportunity the last 2 possessions. Maryland has really done a good job of denying that big man in the post and walling off that paint. Kentucky with the shot clock riding down. Long three, that's off. Maryland a chance to cut into that lead. Moving the ball swiftly. Down to the big man in the paint. He pulls up, but he's short. The Wildcats looking for a scoring opportunity. Big man on the post. Fades away. Nice shot.
Number 23.
Nice shot. And he's been hot lately, and he's just added to it. He was able to get the ball on the low post, take one drop step, fade away, and we counted for 2. 18-10, Kentucky Wildcats up, but Maryland's fighting. Back to Guppy off the back of the rim, and he hasn't been able to find his stroke from deep. But it's led to a couple of good opportunities for Kentucky on the run, and they're at it again. Big man down low, couple of moves towards the rim, and he puts it in for 2. And they're really dominating this paint. The Wildcats are shooting 64% from the field, and most of it has been inside that blue area. Back to Guppy on the move. with some space and is able to put it in for 2. And this has been a very exciting first quarter. The Kentucky Wildcats have started out on a roll, and they've been on fire. They've been finding their offense and finding their spots, and they took the control of this first half as we have our first foul on the floor. And we'll reset that ball from the side. Knight has been the catalyst and the leader of this Kentucky team. He's been finding his teammates all over the floor and these big men underneath the post. Knight at the top of the key, he pulls up for the 3 and he's off. Maryland with a chance for the last opportunity of the quarter. Back to Guppy, charging towards the rim. He pushes it back out and they move it around the perimeter and back of Guppy's hands. Time running out, down into the paint. Big man takes a step, fades back, and he's off, and we'll call back the first quarter. 20-12, Wildcats up and in control at home. And after that first quarter, we'll see what the Terps are going to do to try to stop these big men in the paint for Kentucky. A couple of good highlight plays for the Terps, but way too much in the paint for the Wildcats in this first half, and we'll see what the second quarter has to offer as Maryland starts this off with back and Guppy in the backcourt, and they need a basket. And they get it right there. With his eyes in the sky, he finds his guy headed towards the rim, and that too looked great. And they really needed that basket, and the Wildcats back in control, top of the key. Knight looking to swing it around. The pick is there, and the lane is there too, and he takes full advantage of it. Knight goes in with the one-handed dunk, and look out below. Off the screen, squared his body and elevated, and that was great finish by Knight. The Maryland Terps looking for an answer. They haven't had many opportunities from behind the arc tonight, but they've been making some plays on offense, enough to keep them in the game and not let it get out of hand in this first half while they're on the road. I know we're in a really hostile environment for the Maryland Terps, so just to stay in the game is a good opportunity for them to be in. And the big man underneath the rim, he would pick up the foul, and that would send him to the line for, I would say, a much needed breather for the Terps. Maybe they can get some substitutions in this game and see how they can grab some control over this game down the stretch headed into the half. We got about 7.5 minutes left in the game. Kentucky up 22-14, but Maryland on the strike for 2. The big man settles in, couple of dribbles, bends the knees. And for the second free throw, couple of dribbles, bends the knees once again in the motion. And Maryland needed those 2 free throws as they're trying to find their way back in the game. Kentucky has complete control over the game in the tempo right now, and they've been taking advantage of it. And once again, Marcus Wood off of the screen. And you know what happens when you leave them open in this league. Bang, bang, bang. And the Terps need to find them some range from 3. They haven't been able to hit that long ball, and it's really cost them in the first half. Back of Guppy, staring down the defense, looking for a lane. And the ball is tucking. And the Wildcats couldn't take advantage of that opportunity as they was looking for a play towards the rim, but that pass was cut off short. And that leaves the Terps back on the move. And oh my gosh, did you see that block? And I I can't say anything else but bang, bang, bang. A great defensive play leading to a great offensive play. That block was tremendous. He just stole that rock from him. And it leads to the fast break shooter in the corner. Shooter! And he knocks it down from three. Kentucky in big control of the game, at 28-16. Maryland missing from three. Wildcats on the move again. Crowd is getting louder, and it's starting to affect the Maryland Terps on offense. Wildcats using the screen. Big man keeps his composure, and what a basket. And the little baby Hezzy with the head was able to get him enough space to put that in for two. And right now, Kentucky's in complete control of the game. 16-point lead. Looks like about, I would say 5.5 left in the second half, and Maryland needs a basket bad, and they get it from the big man, Eric Steele. Which we know Eric Steele can be a big factor on the offensive side of the court. And they needed that basket right there, and they were able to get it from him. And maybe he can get started and start controlling some of this paint for Maryland, because they really need to get back in this game. And as I speak on it, Devontae Moore takes full advantage of the mismatch. Small man on a big man. He's going straight to the rack with it, up for two. And the Kentucky Wildcats have now blown the doors off of this game. It's 32-18. They're in full control, and Maryland's looking for some offense. Back with Guppy, off the screen, up for the elevation, and he puts that two down. And what a great find and a great finish by Back with Guppy. And maybe Maryland can put a couple of those plays together, but they need a defensive stop, because Kentucky headed towards the rim is unstoppable right now. From Knight to both of the big men, Orleans. Kentucky is really tucking control of the paint, and they're living in it in this first half. 34-20. A little over 4 minutes left in the first half. Maryland's trying to stay in the game and once again keep attacking the paint, because that's where the money is. Kentucky and these Wildcats are looking for some offense, and they're very active on the offensive side. A lot of screens, a lot of cuts. Big man with the move, and it's just like silk. That was kind of Dirkish. Gave the little ball fake and up with the one-handed off-balance jumper, and he gets it to fall like a teardrop. And I don't know what's going on, but Kentucky's offense is on fire. Maryland looking for a basket. Defenders on his hip, headed towards the rim. He passes it out. Big man, free throw line for two. And Eric Steele, once again, we talked about his offensive prowess, and he shows it to you right once again with the jumper from right outside of the free throw line. And Maryland needs every point that they can get, because they can't get a stop on defense. Kentucky, top of the key. Knight staring at the defense, coming off a screen. Shooter! And if they're going to give it, he's going to take it, because we play in the league that if you're wide open, it's going down. Bang, 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 and this is turning into another Wild West fest, as Maryland must stop the game because it's getting out of control. The Kentucky Wildcats have found their offensive stroke from the paint, from three, coming off screens, being very active on offense, and they got a very commanding lead in this game. Maryland looking for the basket. And this big man duo of Edwards and Steele has really, really kept them with a fighting chance in this game. But Kentucky's just too much on offense. And let's see if Maryland can string together a defensive stop, but not on that play. Did you see that backdoor cut by Knight? It was like everybody on the defense was sleeping, but he wasn't, and he was wide open there for that too. And that pushes the lead, 41-26. A little over 2 left in this first half, and Maryland is headed backwards in this game. They put together some great offensive plays, and they getting some great baskets from that big man, but that three ball that Kentucky has been able to find in this first half has been way too much for Maryland.
Team foul.
And as we see the foul on the floor, Maryland will take the ball out on the side, looking for a scoring opportunity. 14 on the shot clock as it winds down. 10. Looking for a good look. Pulls up. Off. Kentucky on the move. Right to left. Ball in transition. Shooter in the corner. He's off. And maybe that might be the defensive stop that Maryland needs. Let's see what they do. Inside 2 minutes left. Big man with the ball. Free throw line. Pushes it back out for a better shot from 3. He just rims in and rims out, and they can't find it from 3, but Kentucky can definitely find it on the transition. Big man in the paint. Dribbles out. And Kentucky will reset it. Orleans swings it. Backman Orleans. 7 on the shot clock. 5. Kentucky looking for it. Maryland's holding. Big man cut towards the rim. In the middle for 2. And it can't be stopped. What a cut. What a pass. What a basket. Kentucky is just putting on an offensive clinic, and they're up 43-26 with a commanding lead headed into half. Maryland's looking for some offense. Back with some urgency. Headed towards the rim. Spin move. Big man. Basket.
Number 55.
And he has 10 points on the night. He's 5 from 9 from the field, but he hasn't been able to find it from 3. And I think that's what Maryland's missing in this game. But Kentucky continues to eye it, swings it around. Big man making a move in the paint, and he can't be stopped for 2. Devontae Moore is just getting whatever he wants on the defensive end. Still has no answer for him in this first half. He's just been controlling the whole painted area. Kentucky at home, Rupp Arena, in control of this one right here. And if Maryland doesn't find that 3 ball, this one's going to get out of control. To the paint, finding the finish. And Maryland keeps fighting. They keep finding the rim. They keep finding it in the paint. But they can't find the deep ball, and that's really hurting them. Down by 15, headed into the half, a little bit under 1 minute. And Kentucky with the inbound. Back out to Orleans for 3. Bang, bang, bang. Everything's working for Kentucky on the offensive side. And we'll see if Maryland can get something going right before the end of this half. They're in a 2-for-1 situation, but if they drain it down, they only get 1 opportunity. But that one was good enough. Edwards coming on late in the second half. A string of baskets keeping Maryland close. Kentucky. 7 seconds on the clock, holding for the last shot. Out to the big man, and it drops. And I can't say it enough. Everything working for Kentucky in this first half. 50-32. Kentucky as they take it into the half here at Rupp Arena. And Maryland, we need to talk about it. They've had some good opportunities in the big man, Edwards. It has really come on late in that second quarter, but not enough for Kentucky as they had it all going. Orleans from 3, still has no answer in the paint for either one of the big men that Kentucky have, and they just had their way. Wildcats up at home, so let's see. Key players in the game, of course, Devontae Moore with 12 points tonight. He's perfect from the field, but he can't be stopped in that paint. And we talk about Guppy. He's the star for Maryland. He's only scored 10 points, but he's got more for the second half. And hopefully, Maryland can get that 3 ball going. We'll pick it up quick in the second half with Maryland on the inbound. The big man slowly up the floor, over the back of Guppy. Maryland looking for an opportunity. Backs him down. Big man up and in.
Assistant.
And that's the type of offensive production they need in the second half if they're going to get back in the game. And Kentucky swinging it to the big man in the paint. And he's just, like we said in the first half, he's going to just pick it back up in the second half. He's perfect from the field. He hasn't had many opportunities tonight, but the ones that he has, he's taking advantage of it. And the big man from Maryland looks like he came to play in the second half. So we're going to have a big man battle. Still more. Let's get it. Let's get it. Kentucky up 52-36. 7 minutes left. Under 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Kentucky now moving from left to right. Big man up and in once again. And I think Kentucky has an opportunity to take advantage, and they are. And they're going to pound it down to their big man every opportunity they get. So let's see how Maryland matches their energy and their tempo. Do they go back into the paint to their big man themselves, or do they try to get an outside stroke going as they move the ball around the perimeter, looking for a scoring opportunity? Back of Guppy coming off their screen. He looks open for three, and he's off, and he just can't find it from three today. But it's okay because that leads to Kentucky in transition. More of the big man pushes it back out but calls for it. And they tried the alley-oop in the back door, but that didn't work. But it leads to the Maryland Terps in transition, and they get the dunk in the foul. And I can't say it enough because I say it every game. Good defense turns into great offense. A great defensive possession on the end leads to a fast break opportunity. He gets the basket in the foul, and the Maryland Terps are cooking. Down 38-54 early in the third quarter, but they put together a couple of baskets in a row, and he's looking to add some icing from the free throw line. Couple of dribbles, he bends the knees, he cocks it back. Whoop! Kentucky. Top of the key, Knight looking down into the big man. He pops it back out. Maryland Terps chasing the screener, and it gets there too late because he drops it down. In this league, you can't leave them open because if you leave them open, they're going to hit it. Bang, bang, bang. And the Wildcats, here we go again from three. Maryland Terps are looking to answer. Back with Guppy off of the screen into the paint for two, and it doesn't get no easier than that. And that's about the easiest assist you're going to get in this game. Defense fell asleep, and the point guard was able to find his crease towards the rim. Wildcats up 57-41. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Quick look into the paint, found the cover, and Kazoo is starting to heat up. And he's had a big month in this league, and it looks like he's getting started tonight in the second half. He was kind of quiet for the first half, but we're looking to see what he can add to this, I guess, borderline blowout that Kentucky's putting together. But, man, Maryland's strong, and they keep fighting, and they keep fighting. And I don't know if they can get back into this game without the three ball, but they're going to make a valiant effort. 43-59, Wildcats up at home. And what a strip. Nice fight for the ball and great play by the Maryland defense. Even though the Wildcats end up with the ball, it's a great play by the Maryland defense. And as we look at the league leaders here, quick insight, we get back to the game at hand. Kentucky Wildcats inbounding from the half. 13 left on the shot clock. They move it around the perimeter, looking for a good shot into the big man off the glass for two. And Devontae Moore cannot be stopped tonight. I believe he's still perfect from the field. And Eric's still in that paint. He's going to have to find an answer for him. Maryland looking to match the energy. Back to Guppy on that backdoor screen again, and he puts it in for 2. And that's the second go around on that screen, so maybe Kentucky needs to pay attention to that point guard squeezing towards the paint. Wildcats, top of the key, looking to press. Shooter coming off the screen. Shooter! Marcus Wood has found his stroke from the outside. And the Kentucky Wildcats continue to hit this 3-ball that put the Maryland Terps in a deficit. 64-45, 4 minutes left in the third quarter, and the Terps are looking to answer. Back to Guppy, off the screen, wide open for 3, and he finally finds the bottom of the net. I swear, he's had about 6 attempts tonight, but that's the best one he put up. And that's that 3-ball that the Maryland Terps are looking for, and hopefully they can build on that. But here, Kentucky Wildcats off the screen again. And if you're not going to defend them, they're going to continue to knock it down. And they're in complete control of this game here at Ruff Arena. Back to Guppy, strong move towards the paint. He's off. Wildcats moving left to right, looking for a shooter. Off the screen, big man cutting towards the rim, but Knight keeps it himself. And what a finish by the point guard. He even had some cock back motion in that one. And I don't know if still seeing the same after that, though. Terps looking to answer, down the steal in the paint. Backdoor, cut, and up and in. What a cut by Brown, what a find by the big man still, and Maryland with the basket for 2. Still down by 19, but making a great effort to get back in this game. Kentucky to the paint. A hezzy move and up with the 2. And he has really started to find his stroke. 10 points in the second half and 12 on the game. He continues to add to the onslaught that Kentucky has. Maryland off the glass, Kentucky on the move. Up the court, wide open from 3. Bang, bang, bang. And if he hasn't found the stroke, I don't know what else is going on. 74-50 Kentucky, and this is turning into a Wild West gunfight, but only one of them is shooting. Back to Bucky with the fadeaway that he gets the drop, and he has 19 on the night. Kentucky moving the ball over to the big man, and I think he recorded his first miss of the night. And it leads to Maryland charging towards the rim, and we get a blocking foul in the paint. 74-52. Wildcats up. Whining moments of the third quarter. Back to Guppy. To the big man, still off the glass for a well-needed 2. The Terps need every opportunity they can to get back into this game as they've lost complete control. Down by 20. Wildcats moving the ball around. They've been very active on offense. Tried the wild 3 fading out of bounds with the defender in the face. He couldn't get it. And Maryland on the other end couldn't capitalize on the open 3, which leads to Kentucky moving the ball rapidly. Wide open from the top of the key. He's off. And Maryland's pushing. Back to Guppy. Left open. Jumper. Money. 21 on the night for back to Guppy. In Maryland. Shoot 83.3% from free throw tonight, but they haven't been able to find the strike. Oh, for the season, but they haven't been able to find the strike tonight. Kentucky, Maryland, back and forth with a couple of missed baskets. Back to Guppy once again. Kentucky moving up the paint in transition, and they find the big man court towards the rim for the 2. And sooner or later, one of these two teams is going to find a transition bust after a couple of missed shots on each end. Maryland down by 20, ball in the hand, looking to find something in a 2-for-1 situation at the end of this quarter. Shot clock going down. Great move and great defensive block. Great recovery by the Wildcats, which leads to them on the run. 15 seconds left in the quarter. Wildcats looking for a good shot. Swings the ball in the corner. Off the top of the rim. Couple of seconds left. Maybe the Terps can get up a shot before the buzzer. 3, 2, back to Guppy. Blocked. And we'll call that the third quarter. Kentucky still in the driver's seat throughout this game. And the third quarter was no different. The offensive onslaught continues for the Wildcats. They're in control of this game at home, and I think we've seen the assist of the game. That pass down to the big man for the 2. I think I agree that was probably the assist of the game, coming off back-to-back Maryland buckets. That was a basket that was definitely needed. Wildcats up 76-56, started the fourth quarter, and let's see if the Terps have a fight in them to finish this game. Wildcats missing off the top of the rim. Terps on the move, shooter in the corner, wide open, off the front of the glass, which leads to some more transition by the Wildcats. Shooter on the wing, shooter! And he's wide open, and you know what happens when you're wide open in this league. Bang, bang, bang. Kentucky adds to the lead, 79-56, and Maryland's looking for an answer. And they get it from the big man driving towards the rim, and Tavares has been quiet tonight. He scored the first basket, and I think that's the second basket of the game for him. Comes early in the fourth quarter, and let's see if he can get something going, because Maryland needs it all. Down by 21. Kentucky, big man at the foul line. Fade away, money. And he's having a game that he didn't think he was going to have tonight. 20 points from the field. 10 of 12. And Edwards finds his stroke for the Maryland Terps, which closes the lead down to 20. And the Kentucky Wildcats is looking to close out this game. They've been rocking this comfortable lead all night. Moore has been just phenomenal, along with the play of Oswald and in the other wings that's been hitting the 3 tremendously for the Wildcats. Maryland Terps put in 2, but I don't think it's enough as they keep going back and forth. We got about 4.5 left in this game. Maryland's going to make a charge at it. Back to Guppy, back swinging it back over to Brown. Back to Guppy with a little bit of space in the rim. Dishes it back down to the big man, and Eric Steele gets a much-needed basket because he's been losing that matchup all night. Maybe they can start feeding him the ball and get some kind of composure back into their offense. And wow, you don't see that too often. A backcourt violation by the Wildcats. And that's a turnover. And they haven't turned the ball over many times tonight, but that one right there, maybe the Terps can build on it. Back to Guppy with the ball in control, sees a lane, pulls up, he's short. Moore with the rebound. They're pushing. Wildcats for 3. Bang, bang, bang. In that transition 3, that one hurt. That was like a dagger. 84-65. 5 minutes left. What is that? 5.5, I think, is left in the fourth quarter. Eric Steele with the easy 2 for Maryland. And we can pretty much say that Wildcats have been in control of this all night, as their big man have not been able to be stopped in the paint. Even their wings have been getting points in the paint, as you see Marcus Wood, the shooter, being able to finish towards the rim. And this has been a really, I would say, an offensive clinic for the Wildcats. As Backer Guppy gets a free look at the lane and he flushes it down for two. And don't forget about the Maryland Terps. They haven't given up at all. They fought it all the way to the end, and they just haven't been able to find their three-point stroke tonight, and it really made a difference. As the Maryland Terps were able to find a lot of opportunities in the paint, but they can't defend it. 88-69. Kentucky in full control. Maryland just adding to what they were able to put together with a couple of easy two baskets. And it seems like Kentucky is really relaxed on the defensive end. And Maryland has been able to eat into this lead a little bit. 4 minutes left in the game. Kentucky, watch yourself. This is college basketball. Anybody can stage a run in the comeback. As I continue to say, Moore, the unstoppable force in the paint for another two.
Number 55.
And a good look by Backer Guppy. He was able to drop the three and continues the Maryland fight. Pushing the ball up the floor. The Terps on transition. Headed towards the rim. To the big man. He thought about pulling up for three, but he dished it off to the wing, who hits it. Bang, bang, bang. And Maryland finding their three-point stroke early in this fourth. Couldn't we say? Could we smell a comeback? Backer Guppy up in his face. The intensity has risen for the Maryland Terps on defense as they see a couple of baskets fall, but they can't defend that three line. The Kentucky Wildcats are just on another level offensively, and it shows. That step back three. Bang, bang, bang. 93-77. Kentucky in control. Maryland to the rim. Big man up and off. I don't know how he wasn't able to grab his composure, but it leads to Moore dishing to Kazooie for another two. And this has turned into an offensive showcase. They've been sharing the ball. They've been knocking down their shots, coming off the screens. Kentucky is really putting together tonight. And it all started with the big man Moore being so consistent in that paint. Play after play, continues to cut towards the rim and continues to add to it with the dunk there. He's just been tremendous tonight. 97-77. Kentucky is on the clips of breaking the 100-point mark. Maryland still fighting, putting up the three, but it comes off the rim. And in this second half, Kentucky has really been able to find everything they wanted to. And once again, Johnny on the spot, Moore having the game that, I would say the game of his career, but I don't know, because he's been so efficient from the floor tonight. Just time after time, finding the ball in his hands and scoring situations and being able to put it in.
Number 55, assisted by Edwards.
And Backer Guppy is adding to Maryland's comeback efforts. I think they're running out of time. Just under 2 minutes. 20-point lead by the Wildcats, and they're looking to add to it. Headed towards the rim, fade away, off. Backer Guppy grabs that, and he's in straight transition mode. Terps pushing the ball up the floor, looking for a quick, good opportunity. They need to take it from three, but they swing it into the corner, down to the big man, and he's gonna have to make a move towards the rim. Swings it around, and he's off. And the Kentucky Wildcats grab the rebound, pushed it up the floor. Looking for the big man Moore, who makes a strong move towards the rim. And he just continues to pile on his stats. and he's unstoppable tonight. 101-79. A little over a minute left in this one, and this has been all Wildcats. Guppy eyes the three from the corner, comes up short, rebound Wildcats on the run. Inside a minute. Wildcats looking to stall some of this clock. Swings it around the steal, 8 on the shot clock, draining it down. Off, Guppy, pushing in transition. Maryland, even though the game's out of reach, they're still fighting to the end. Guppy with the tough layup. And the Maryland Terps have gave a valiant fight tonight. And what a team effort to just stay in the game and continue to play even though you're outmatched and out-talented. And the Kentucky Wildcats at home, they've did a great job of defending their home floor. They were able to find everything they wanted to on offense and make the key defensive plays to keep that lead going throughout the entire game. Great crowd here at Ruff Arena, as that will be probably our last basket of the game. The Kentucky Wildcats off to a great victory tonight in Ruff Arena, 101-83, all Wildcats from start to finish. It was a great one, and thank you for joining us tonight. The president, SGBA, OGE, y'all have a great night, and I'm almost absolutely positively sure the player of the game tonight is the big man Moore. He was outstanding. Thank you for joining us. You guys have a great night.